This is Griff Ruby, nostalgic Catholic, but now I wanted to get a little political this time. And I'm coming fresh off of having watched David Muir's interview with the newly elected President Trump. Rather interesting little interview in the White House. And I was thinking to myself that even as Trump was answering these various questions and kind of little challenges and so forth being thrown at him and so forth, and I thought to myself, I'm not saying I disagree with Trump at all. I mean, as far as I can tell, a lot of what he's got is really pretty good stuff. But the real thing is, I think if it was me, I would have said some of it a bit differently. And I thought I'd share some of the kinds of things that I'm thinking of. For example, when he was asked about, will we still have, will we lose our insurance? Will we lose all, those who got insurance because of Obamacare and all that? Well, I would say no. No one has to lose anything. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take away the mandate, the thing that says you have to buy this thing no matter what, and unless you've got something else that we approve of. Okay, we're going to take that law away. It's your choice. Now, if you've got this thing and you're on it and you wish to stay on it, no one's going to kick you off. Ever. Okay? No one's going to kick you off. But what is going to happen is that you're going to get new programs, new plans coming along, new kinds of coverage that will be developed that will give you better coverage for less money, allow you to return to the doctor you used to have that you really like working with, because a lot of times people have lost that prerogative. You're going to get all of these things, and it'll be your choice. We'll even have it that if this comes online in July, you don't have to wait till next January to go on to that. You'll be able to go on to it immediately if you wish. So that would be one thing. But if you wish not, if you want to stay where you are, you're free to do so. But we really believe that what we will come up with will be so much better and so much more efficient and so much simpler and so less complicated that anyone would be nuts to want to stay on it. They're free to do that. This is your absolute right in this country. And it will always be there for as long as anybody is out there still wanting it. But with all these other things that will be better, I think that just natural market use will be the end of it. People will say, why am I paying all this money for nothing? I could pay just that much and have a better coverage anyway. And that will pretty much end that. So that would be what I'd have to say about that. Now, all right, what's another one? Building the wall. Now, I believe in building the wall to some degree. We understand something. It's not really going to be a whole wall. We're not talking about a total wall of China, from sea to shining sea across the whole country. What we are talking about, though, does involve some portions area that are hard to monitor for the Border Patrol, and some of those areas will be getting a wall, yes. But other areas will still have the Border Patrol, and they'll be able to focus their efforts more efficiently as they know best. It's their job to keep people from leaping over the wall. But here's something to understand. We don't want to exclude anybody. We don't want to hurt people or keep them from, coming to America. What we do want, though, it's like America's like our home, like my home. I have a home. I have guests. I have friends. I have people who come over. Sometimes I may hire somebody to come in to do something. But whatever it may be, when somebody comes in because I invite them, they come in through the front door. And that's how it should be. If somebody's not coming into my house, not through the front door, but by climbing over the fence, what does that say about them? You see? I mean, if I have to electrify that back fence to keep them from climbing over it, then that's what I'll do. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to let people that have business being in my house come in through the front door. So we're not talking about splitting families or deporting everybody right and left or anything like that. What we are talking about is just making sure that people who are here because they want to be Americans. And that's really what it is. If they want to live here, they should want to be Americans. There are responsibilities and there are opportunities. It's a great country, and I want to make it great. So that's what I'd have to say about that. You want to come here, be an American, participate in all the things that make up the American way of life, the freedoms, the opportunities, and so forth, and you have something you contribute, come on in. We welcome that. We encourage that. And we'll even talk about, all right, what about the people from the Arab countries? You said you're going to exclude the Arab countries. Well, first of all, that's kind of selective. Obviously, some countries, more than others, we have to be careful. But here's the thing. We want to protect everyone here. Now, that's everyone. When a terrorist sets off a bomb somewhere, he doesn't look and ask the people around him what they belong to. He's probably assuming that most of the people around him are not Muslims or something, but maybe some of them are. They're as much as victim of the terrorism as everybody else here. And they are therefore as much entitled to protection as everybody else here is. And we need to stop terrorism, and we need to not let these people through. We need to work with these things. Finally, the question about waterboarding and other things of that nature, here's what I have to say about that. We need to make sure that any extreme action and interrogation, anything that would be qualified as torture per se, we must specifically do only towards somebody who has demonstrated themselves to be themselves personally a terrorist. As it were, captured red-handed. There can't be any chance that it's the wrong guy or a misunderstanding or anything else, because good God, what a horrible thing it would be. Because this is what I have to say. If we know for sure what we have in our hands is a bona fide terrorist, we captured this guy in the midst of building a bomb or something of that sort, as far as I'm concerned, he has stepped out of humanity. He has relinquished his rights as a human being, and as far as I'm concerned, he has relinquished every right to be treated as a human being. And with that, such a person, I would say that our interrogators have an absolute free hand to do whatever they want to do to extract from that person any information they want. An absolute free hand. But only with those who have definitely themselves participated in terrorist acts, preparing or actually carrying them out. Because that's a very serious thing, but it must be met with very serious punishments. So that's what I would have to say about that. So, anyway, that's how I would say these things. I don't know. Trump, if you ever get a chance to hear this, get some ideas. I think you're doing a good thing. I'm glad you're out there. I hope you can turn this country around. Best of luck to you. And I thank you. It was an inspiration. And I was glad you were willing to take that discussion there with interviewing with David Muir. I think he gave you good questions, and I think you gave him good answers. But as you can see, I think I have some ways I would have said them. And you might want to consider some of the other citizenry might feel the same. That's all.